Welcome to Aloha United We Stand. I'm Maryann Sasaki. I'm so delighted today to have Aileen Deese with us. This is Child Abuse Prevention Month, I think.
Yes, nationally. Yes,
right, nationally. So we're going to be discussing child abuse prevention and I guess aspects of child abuse, which a subject I find fascinating. And when I was in New York, I did some work with abused children. It's such a worthwhile cause. So maybe you would like to explain the pinwheels to start out with.
Well, the pinwheel is the national symbol, the new national symbol for child abuse prevention and neglect. And it really symbolizes the hope for the happy childhood of children. So we have many events in April in Hawaii, and one of the biggest was our 10th annual pinwheel planting at the state capitol on April 3rd to kind of kick off the month. And we planted 5,000 pinwheels.
I saw that.
Oh, you
they
saw
were
that?
Terrific. I drove by them every day. They were wonderful.
I hope they're still, it was been windy.
Yeah.
And so we had so many volunteers come out at Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. And then on April 9th, there was another pinwheel planting at the Kapolei HPD office over there in Kapolei, and then there's many pinwheel. I heard there's some at Palimomi. We've been giving out pinwheels to so many agencies.
Such an uplifting symbol. It's such a terrifically uplifting symbol, and when you drive by and there's this field of pinwheels, it really brings attention to the subject, which there's never enough attention can be paid to this subject.
That's April. We want to focus on prevention of child abuse.
Right.
So we have so many events that are going on.
So can you explain to me a little bit about the work Child Abuse Prevention Hawaii does?
Okay.
Do they do outreach or?
Okay. Well, our mission is to prevent child abuse in all its forms, and we do it through public awareness, education, and advocacy, which promote positive parenting and healthy families where children are valued and loved. So our main focus is with the general public on prevention activities. So we do all different activities during the year, and with our volunteers and with all the other different agencies to prevent child abuse and neglect in all its forms.
So what types of activities do you actually teach the parents how to parent? I mean, I've always thought anybody can become a parent. There's no training barely. I mean,
well, it's we do it through our different events. For instance, in April, we with Parents and Children Together, we've been partnering with them called Family Story Time. And we research and statistics show that if you read aloud to your child, it really promotes stronger bonds with the child. And with a stronger bond, you can prevent child abuse and neglect. So we do it through all these different events and through our different programs, and that's one of them that we really concentrate on in April. We had a kickoff on April 9th, and then we're going to different libraries all during the month in Hawaii, on Oahu, and then some of the other islands are having their own. And this is to promote the stronger connections. Social connections are real important for the parents and the children.
I think people think of child abuse and they think of the worst kinds of child abuse that we read about in the newspapers, but there's this whole other area of neglect where parents just don't have the tools, they don't have the skills in order to parent well. Nobody's ever taught them. They may come from a broken home themselves. Mm-hmm. They may have been neglected themselves. So this is a whole skill set that a parent needs to learn.
It's amazing you said that, because in Hawaii, not necessarily in every state, but in Hawaii, the most statistics we have are on child neglect. And that's where there's most of the child abuse is. Number one, more than physical abuse. According to the Department of Human Services, December 2014 data book, there were over 3,481 reports of child abuse and neglect in Hawaii. And of those, 1,381 were confirmed reports. And researchers show and say that for every one report that is given in any state, at least 5 go unreported.
Sure that's true.
And then, with you knowing that you've been in the field and you've been on the other side being a lawyer.
It's such a private family issue that's suppressed, and there's a lot of silence around the issue. Children are embarrassed if they have problems, and they don't know how to express it or who to express it to. Parents who are feeling overwhelmed, don't know where to seek help.
I know.
It's an incredible
especially
issue.
in Hawaii, you know, with our culture,
Sure.
the Polynesian, the Asian especially, the culture, a lot of reports are not even made. And so that's why we really try to promote prevention and people reporting and calling 911 or Child Protective Services. We get a lot of phone calls. We get at least I get at least 50 a month from everybody asking for help. So I refer them to the proper agencies.
So if somebody sees something that they think is amiss, they should call Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii?
They're welcome to call us. We don't have counselors, but we listen to what's the problem, and then we will give them the information on who to contact. So usually we'll say call 832-5300, which is the Child Protective Services, or everyone can call our number, 951-0200 is Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii. And then go on our website. We have lots of information on our website, different resources and tips for parents, and so there's lots that we can help with.
It's great that's out there. I applaud you. I mean, it's such important work. You know, these are the most fragile beings. You know, they're still in their formative stages, and they're very fragile. They need to be treated, you know, carefully. And you know, historically, you know, children have.
I know, and we've been really lucky because we've been recently. A lot of the activities for Child Abuse Prevention Month and all during the year have been funded by the Department of Health. They've been helping us with the State Department, Hawaii State Department of Health, and we do a lot of our programs through the Child Abuse Prevention Planning Council, which is a partnership of federal, state, military, and local agencies.
I'm so glad the government is acknowledging this issue.
Yes, we're really happy that we have some federal funds that are channeled through Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii so that we can also provide funds to agencies like Domestic Violence Action Center, Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies, who give out cribs for kids.
Wow, that's great.
And that's one of their projects. And then we're also helping parents and children together with Parent Leadership Training Institute. And these are just some of the different agencies that we've been helping so that we can be the go-to agencies for child abuse prevention, so we can help other agencies.
Yeah, you're like a center for information.
And this has been really exciting for our agency so that we can help in this way.
Sure, I mean, I'm sure it's very fulfilling.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned spousal abuse. Is spousal abuse and child abuse, are they connected? Are they often found together or?
That's why it's very gratifying that we're working with Domestic Violence Action Center. They do show that children who are in a family that has some abuse, usually if there's spousal abuse, there's child abuse, or even just watching, it's child abuse even when the child is observing and all that kind of behavior. And so it's really something that we really want to work on too. And so we're trying to promote, what we've been really trying to promote, not just talking about reports, which I know a lot of the media likes, you know, of course we want to know the statistics.
Right.
But we also have been concentrating recently, our state and other states called the protective factors. There are 5 protective factors which help to prevent child abuse and neglect. And some of them are social connections, parental resilience, I'm trying to think of the 5. And so a lot of the agencies have been working on these, such as that family story time is to promote social connections.
I imagine that some significant factors in child abuse are mental health issues.
Right.
So I mean, I think probably parents need to have adequate mental health help if they, in case they need it. And you know, alcoholism or substance abuse
in Hawaii. And we have some statistics, I guess Department of Human Services, when a call is made, they do ask what has prompted this call, or what are the reasons for the child abuse reports. And the number one is that the parents don't know their responsibilities. They don't have the parenting skills. That's number one.
Right.
And
well,
number one,
I think, you made an excellent point when you said that children even watching adults fight, it's harmful to the child's growth. I mean, I think a lot of adults, not just parents, but adults in general, don't understand that everything they do is basically absorbed by the children that are around them, so that they're modeling their behavior for a whole generation.
oh yes,
We're thoughtless. We thoughtlessly say a sarcastic word, or we get into a little quibble, and we don't realize that, there's like a little set of eyes that are watching us and wondering, how scary is this world?
And there's many different forms of discipline, and we really, especially Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii, since we're the chapter of Prevent Child Abuse America, we really promote nonviolence or non-physical discipline. And you reminded me that on the last day of April, that's April 30th, nationally, it's called National Spank Out Day. And so, this is something where
Bravo.
It's going to be pretty controversial, but we really believe in that. And we're promoting that day, well, every day should be, but every day, we're asking agencies to come up with their programs, or to help us come up with programs to give the public information on what to do besides spanking your child. Don't use physical violence, and use other means of talking, or there's all different
reasoning, timeouts, or whatever. There have been studies done that children that are spanked have more aggressive behaviors in preschool and kindergarten. I mean, it shows that early. And, I remember one of the biggest fights I had when I was in law school in my family law class was opposition to physical discipline. I was adamantly opposed to it. And, and I went to Harvard Law School, so we're talking about a sophisticated bunch of people.
Yeah, and some of them said,
yeah, some of them were adamantly
I'm okay, they say that,
they thought it was the right thing to do. And, I remember saying, well, what if some, 7-foot giant decided they were going to swat you on the backside? Well, you wouldn't like it very much. I mean, this is what we are to children, but it's amazing how ingrained in society physical discipline is.
I know, and there are certain cultures in Hawaii that believe in that. So we try to say, well, the law is, you can't do that. So we're really trying to promote that National Spank Out Day, or using other types of discipline.
Right. I think that, education is key. I mean, people, they need to know that other methods work. I don't particularly think spanking actually works. It makes the kid angry. It makes the kid resentful. And then they go and act out in school. It's not
I think it's more important they talk to the child. They have to know why they're getting disciplined, or what did they do wrong, not just spank them.
Yes.
So
this is fascinating. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and speak more about National Child Abuse Prevention Month, with Aileen.
Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Kili'i Akina, president of the Grassroot Institute and host on Ehana Kako, a weekly program on the Think Tech Hawaii broadcast network. Ehana Kako means let's work together. Think of the sad alternative, let's not work together. Here in Hawaii, with all of our diversity and the richness of the people, it's important for us to come together around issues on the basis of what's right and what's good and what's going to serve the common good. And that's what we try to do at Ehana Kako. Every week we interview movers and shakers, people in government, business, and other sectors of society to talk about how to create together a better government, economy, a better world here in Hawaii that can bless the rest of the world. I thank you for your attention to Think Tech Hawaii, and we look forward to seeing you every Monday, 2 to 3 p.m. on the Think Tech Hawaii broadcast network. We're Ehana Kako, and we wish you well. Aloha.
Hi, welcome back to Aloha United We Stand. We're delighted today to have Aileen Deese as our guest. She's the president of Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii. And we've been talking about different methods of preventing child abuse and how prevalent it is in society, how ingrained it is in society. Now, we were talking a bit during the break about a teddy bear drive. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, what's coming up is our 19th annual, can you believe that, our 19th annual Teddy Bear Drive and Family Resource Fair. We usually have it in April, but this time this is the first time we're moving it to September. Instead of having everything in April, we'll have something in September.
Right.
Actually, September is also Grandparents' Day, so that's good too.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yes.
Because there's so many grandparents that are responsible for children. Their
Caregivers in Hawaii.
Yes,
right.
parents, sometimes are incarcerated, or they have a drug problem, or they have a mental problem.
Right.
And grandparents take on that responsibility. So it's very...
very, very good to reach out to everybody. And it's going to be on September 10th this year at Windward Mall from 10 a.m. to 2. And again, it's funded by the Department of Health and with help from the Child Abuse Prevention Planning Council. And one of our main sponsors is Foster Realty. They've been with us since day one on all these different activities. And what we're trying to do is ask the public, look into see what you got at home, or if you want to purchase a new stuffed animal, bring any of your stuffed animals to the Windward Mall that day, and we'd like to collect them. We've even had, last year we collected 5,091, I think, and the year before we collected 9,000. I'm not even sure why it went down. But what we do is we distribute these stuffed animals to all the children who are to the children in crisis. We work with the different agencies and give them to different agencies on this island and on the other islands. We give them to the shelter homes, and we give them to, I think we gave thousands last year to different agencies that use them for their children. We give them to the HPD.
Oh.
And so it goes to all different agencies. And along with that, we have a family resource fair. On the bottom floor, we're collecting the teddy bears, and I think she'll be showing pictures of those thousands of teddy bears. And then on that same day, on the upper floors, we have all the different agencies, and we hope that some of them who haven't been there contacted us. That we give tips to the parents. At the same time, we have interactive activities for the children.
What a tremendous resource that is.
All kinds of things we have.
Well, I encourage everybody out there to contribute a stuffed animal and participate in this event. I mean, the child abuse prevention community needs the support of the entire community.
Everybody. Yeah, we want to work together, not just us. We want to work with the sex abuse center. We want to work with the parenting centers. We want to work with the preschools.
Right, because it's the very fabric of our society. It's, it affects all of us. And, if children are unfortunately have to go into foster care or be taken from their homes, that's another burden on society. And government is not designed to raise children. That's not the right place for children to be.
So we all can, help and hope that one day we do our job so well that we don't even have to exist.
Yes,
so you don't have to do these activities.
You become obsolete.
Yes,
that would be very
Some of my volunteers said they love our work, but we hope one day we don't even want one case of child abuse.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, on December 10th, we have I think it's our 30th annual Brunch with Santa. And it's a big event in which we invite a lot of the kids from the shelter homes to the event, and we have the public there. And this is our one big fundraiser, so we hope to raise money for all our different programs.
And where is Brunch with Santa?
Brunch with Santa is going to be at the Pomaikai Ballroom at Dole Cannery.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
Beautiful,
terrific.
beautiful.
I've been to a United Way event there, as a matter of fact.
It's a beautiful event. We have a wonderful brunch, and we have entertainment. We haven't set everything up, but I'm sure we always have Star Wars. Star Wars volunteers come out, and it's really fun.
That's terrific. So that's December 10th, Brunch with Santa.
Yes.
Everybody wants to do that. I mean, everybody wants to see Santa before the holidays.
Yes.
And everybody can come out and contribute to this worthy cause.
Yeah, so it's not only in April, but we do things all year round. And we also have other programs. We have one called Never Shake a Keiki, which is to give the public information on shaken baby syndrome, or it's called abusive head trauma. Most of the children in Hawaii are a little smaller than the ones in the mainland. So in the mainland, they have a program called Never Shake a Child, but we call it Never Shake a Keiki, because our keiki up to 5 years old are very vulnerable to this very severe form of child abuse. When a child is shaken, you could have blindness, brain damage, or even death.
The brain is,
And so it's a very severe case of child abuse. So we want to give parents the information what to do. It's really, again, we try to make it positive. What to do when a baby is crying,
Right.
and that's the main reason the baby is shaken.
Right, you have to take a moment not to react. I mean, it's very,
Yes.
very hard when you're overtired maybe and the child has been crying for a long time and
Right.
you just get so frustrated. I mean, it's hard to maintain your composure under any circumstances.
We try to, usually there's about 18,000 births in Hawaii, so every year we try to print up 18,000 flyers on prevention of child abuse, this form, Never Shake a Keiki, and we give it to the hospitals and all the other islands, and they pass it out to the new parents. So that's one of our programs besides the Child Abuse Prevention Month that we do.
That's great. I have a little blog. It's just a little.
Oh,
yeah.
I will look
it's
at
called
it.
Hawaii Transactional. But I definitely want to promote Never Shake a Keiki because that is, it's a real problem. And as I said, it can happen to anybody. Anybody can get frustrated in a moment and act out in a way they just don't even think they could.
I've seen my own. I don't know if I should say it. Well, I saw my own relatives, when
Sure.
they had new babies, and they're actually spanking the baby, and I went,
Right.
whoa.
This is a a deeply ingrained cultural habit. I mean, I'm Italian American, and the physical discipline
baby,
was
Mm-hmm.
common, and my generation, I think, was the first generation that said no. There's a different way, not spare the rod, spoil the child. But yeah, a baby, it's so vulnerable.
It's hard, and it's hard to say something, and you have to know what to say to your friends or your relatives. It's very hard to but you can just kind of do it in a friendly way. Just say, oh, maybe there's another way, to discipline a child. Or the baby's just crying because they're hungry.
Right,
Or they're tired. That's babies. That's what we try to say. That's what babies do.
Right.
Cry.
That's how they communicate. Right.
And they're not trying to be naughty or bad,
Right.
especially when they're babies.
Well, I encourage everyone to step forward in the event they see what they view as child abuse, because I know that in New York, I often on the subway, not often, but on the subway, I would see a parent yelling at a child or physically, yanking or mistreating a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say to the parent, I said, this really upsets me to see this. It's really disturbing. I've seen this as a child myself, and I have terrible memories of some things like this. And it makes the parents stop and think. Sometimes they get angry, but they're like,
I'm glad you did that, because I'm trying to think what we say. We kind of encourage them to, like, if they see someone, if you somehow distract them, even say, oh, what a cute little child.
Right, I made it about me. I didn't say, what are you doing to that child?
What can I do? Is your child tired or something?
Right.
You kind of distract them, and otherwise they do get angry if you come at them like.
No, you can't do that, because they're having a harrowing day too. Obviously, they're in a lot of pain. Yeah. They're agitated. Yeah. So to say, what on earth are you doing to that child? That's not the.
And if you think it's really dangerous, you really should report it to the store manager or somebody.
Absolutely. If it's but I'm even just thinking about little things where a kid is a little cranky and a mother's a little cranky, and you're in public and it's like you're subjecting a whole crowd of people to this. They feel terrible.
I know. One time we had a program on that, what to say to a parent in a public place, and I think we might be working on that again. We're trying to figure out with the public what is the most important project, or where our long-range planning is coming up. What do they want us to work on?
Well, that's cultural too. I mean, we're taught not to interfere in people's private problems.
Yes.
That's a family matter. It's not a public matter. But child abuse is not a family matter. Child abuse is a societal problem. It's a matter for all of us. So we all have to keep our eyes open because even in the smallest instances,
That's
and
true.
That's
true, and that's why it's like April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, but it should be worked on all year.
It's all year long.
All year long.
And when you see some of these really egregious instances of child abuse, people say, "Oh, how could that possibly have happened?" But I guarantee somebody knew something or somebody saw something, and they just.
Just to encourage,
Right.
maybe you don't know what number to call, but you can always call the police.
Right.
Or call 911.
If something doesn't seem
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
or the child seems always unhappy, or,
In fact, I'm sure you know this, but sometimes people don't want to report it, especially if it happens at school, or if you're a Girl Scout leader, or if you're let's say you teach some kind of class, but by law, you are required to report suspicion of child abuse.
Right.
And you call 832-5300 or 911. And you are not going to be prosecuted. I hope I'm correct on this, but in
Right.
Hawaii at least.
No, I
And
mean-
if you report it and it's not true, but it works the other way around. If you are a teacher and if something, and you did not report it, and then you could be liable.
That's
You know,
yeah. Well,
so
your
it's-
job as a caretaker. You're filling in for the parent when you're in that role, and that's your duty to care for that child. So, yeah, I know that New York has a law that teachers are obligated to report any
Yeah, in
suspected
Hawaii,
child abuse.
in Hawaii,
Yeah.
anyone who works with children is, it's by law, they have to report suspicion of child abuse. So we hope that doesn't have to happen all the time, but
Right.
we hope that people do not feel like they shouldn't report it. They should
Right.
in
I
Hawaii,
think you should-
because
right.
you won't be held liable. You don't even have to give your name.
Right. You don't even have to give your name. It's better to err on the side of caution, I think, than
Yes.
be regretful later. So we're going to take a short break. We're going to continue speaking with Aileen about child abuse prevention. And you're watching Aloha, United We Stand with Maryann Sasaki.
Aloha, I'm Kaui Lucas, host of Hawaii is My Mainland, here on Think Tech Hawaii every Friday at 3 p.m. We address issues of importance for those of us who live here on the most isolated landmass on the planet. Please come join me Fridays at 3 p.m. Mahalo.
Aloha, my name is Jeff James, and I'd like to invite you to watch my show, The Military in Hawaii. It'll be shown every Friday at 11 a.m. here on thinktech.com. Aloha.
Aloha, my name is Justine Espiritu, and I am the co-host of Hawaii Farmers Series. This is my co-host, Matthew Johnson, and we are live with you every Thursday at 4 p.m. at thinktechhawaii.com. And our show focuses on Hawaii's local food community. We feature not only the farmers that are producing our food, but we also feature the supporters and other folks involved in the community that are trying to promote local agriculture.
Hi, I'm Maryann Sasaki. This is Aloha United We Stand. We're with Aileen Deese, the chairman of
Executive Director.
Executive Director of Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii. And we welcome anybody in the audience who wants to join the conversation. If you have a question about an activity or one of the drives, or just
comment.
Comment, yeah. Give us a call at 415-871-2474. 415-871-2474. Hopefully we'll
I hope we
hear
get some
thoughts
calls. I'd
out
like to
there.
hear from the public.
Well, everybody has relationships with children, and everybody, has. This is very enlightening. I think it's very enlightening for people to. Sometimes you forget children are small, that you're busy in your day, and you don't take the time to think about their needs.
And we're hoping that people who have gotten our pinwheels, for instance, call in and tell us if you got it and put it on our Facebook page.
Oh, absolutely.
And
the
you're
Facebook
welcome.
page.
We have the 5,000 pinwheels at the state capitol. You're welcome to take a pinwheel, and we're going to take them down on Sunday already.
Oh, is that true? Really?
And we only were allowed 3 weeks, and then the ones that Kapolei go down the week after that. But if you want a pinwheel, you're welcome to take a pinwheel, take a picture.
Yeah, I urge everyone to go to the
you know.
Capitol. It's very moving to see all the pinwheels there. That if the wind is blowing and they're all going, and it's just a very moving testament to the great work that you're doing. And take pinwheel, see?
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
often
you're
get
welcome
a
to
free
take it.
gift with doing a good deed.
Yeah, and take a picture and then put it on our Facebook or email it to us. Or we'd like to see a lot of people with the pinwheels think we had our second annual on the first day of April was Wear Blue Day, and we're asking everyone to wear blue. And that was to show their support of prevention of child abuse and neglect also.
Oh, that's terrific. I think we have some pictures of some Wear Blue Day.
Oh, good.
A lot of people in blue.
These are all the kids at the planting the pinwheels in
terrific,
April.
terrific.
And at the state capitol, we have a lot of the Girl Scouts. And they had a new patch that was created for them that we worked with the Girl Scout Council of Hawaii. So the girls got a patch.
Oh, that's great. So
yeah.
what's the patch? It's a child abuse prevention patch?
Yes, it says Pinwheels for Prevention, Girl Scouts of Hawaii, and has the little girls holding pinwheels. So.
Oh, that's terrific. That's fantastic.
That's really neat. And
Well,
so
I think the pinwheels are a brilliant idea. They're just brilliant. They're,
it evokes good memories for childhood.
Right, happiness and a lightheartedness. Yeah, and to have the Girl Scouts involved, that's, to have an understanding at that age and beginning to understand the issue at that age, that's really a solution.
Yes,
we'll move toward a solution.
Great. And so I think one of the troops, I'm not sure which troop, I think it's one of my friends who is the executive director of Parents Inc., Lisa Grew. Mm-hmm. She has a daughter who's in the troop, and they put some pinwheels out in also in IAEA, so I hope to get pictures of that.
That'd be great. So if anybody's in IAEA, send us some pictures of the pinwheels in IAEA.
Yeah.
We want to see them. Post them to they should post them to the Facebook page of Working Together to Prevent Child Abuse? Or Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like the Facebook page, Prevent Child Abuse Hawaii, and if you have a picture of yourself with a pinwheel, put it up there.
Yep.
Because we want to spread the word,
And maybe next year, in some states, they create their own pinwheels, so we might do a project like that next year, work with the kids. We have a template, and they can make them.
You can cut it out.
Yeah. But it's hard because if you put it out, it rains so much in Hawaii, so I don't know if you can put it outside and it'll kind of...
The paper will get damp,
but at least you can have a pinwheel.
Right.
So these are, again, our symbols for prevention of child abuse, and we hope that more people, and you can call us or contact us. I do think we still have pinwheels left. My program director's name is Bob Rosh Barajas, and he's got them all in his garage this year.
Oh, terrific. There's information on the screen where you can still get pinwheels.
Yes.
You're interested in pinwheels, which is, the
Contact
emblem of...
Bob.
Yes.
He'll be happy.
Yep, he certainly will.
So we'd like to get more people involved. Again, we still have about half of the month to go in April, Child Abuse Prevention Month. So, I also wanted to mention all the other islands are doing activities. They're having Kid Fest. They're having workshops. We've given grants also to agencies on the other island, mini grants, so that they can do some activities on the other islands. So, and then the military, if you look at our website, preventchildabusehawaii.org, and click on the events link. Also, every branch of the military, we're involved with every branch of the military: Navy, Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marines.
Yeah.
They've all had activities on their bases. We've given free pinwheels to every branch of the service, so they have pinwheels at their bases, and they're doing all kinds of activities. So we're very good partners with the military here in Hawaii. We're lucky because they all happen to be on this side.
Yeah, they're all here, right? They're happy to help, right? So how many people are in the organization? How long has it been
Actually,
around?
our agency was started in 1982, and we only have 2 full-time staff. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that.
People
you
can
do
all
so
the
much
things
work.
we do.
Yes.
And we work with hundreds of volunteers. We're really good at working with volunteers.
Well, so I encourage people out there to volunteer.
I know.
I would volunteer.
I know. When people hear
you.
about all the things we do, it's 2 staff. We have 2 full-time staff.
I thought it was a large agency. I was like,
I know. We work a lot, and we're just real dedicated to the cause, and we are able to work with title holders like Miss Hawaii and the different girls, and we work with let's see who we work with. We work at different agencies, we work at the schools, and so a lot of volunteers help us. A lot of, I'm a member of the Lions Club, so we have a lot of lions, and then their young lions are called Leos. They're in high school, and they've been working with us for many years, the Roosevelt Leos especially, and the Aloha Pono Lions Club, see some of the lions that help us.
That's great. I'm committed. I'm coming to help.
I'm going to have you
people,
bring out some pinwheels.
I'll be happy to put pinwheels wherever you like. I love the idea. And, you know, the first time I saw it, you know, I'm relatively new to Hawaii, and I was so, it was, as I said, it was so moving. I was so taken
I'll give
with
you some pinwheels when we leave.
I'll give them out at the office. Definitely tell
That'd be
people
good.
about it.
That's good.
Absolutely.
And we, you know, I was thinking of, there's another activity, we did something new this year on April 4th. We went down to the legislature and we were presented to the state and the House chambers. And one of our wonderful volunteers who actually works for the Department of Health worked with all her sisters and her daughters, she said, and they made vases. We don't even have any already. They made these nice vases with that we gave to all the senators and the representatives, and they to promote Child Abuse Prevention Month. And I think this might be nice to end with. One of the main reasons we did it is to thank the legislators for helping, because within the last 10 years, actual reports of child abuse have actually gone down. We'd like it to go down to zero.
Right,
of course.
and I think it's possible. I really do.
Reports
really
have
do.
gone down, maybe for many different reasons. Hopefully because of the help of the legislature, the help of the public, the help
There's
of
so much
all the
more
other
awareness
agencies.
now.
A
There's,
lot of awareness.
You know, because of the work of people like you, that people just, you know, anytime you speak about it, you become aware of the problem.
Oh,
So-
look, strikeout. This was one at the.
Oh, it's today. Strikeout.
Oh,
child
for the
abuse.
military. This is at the military. This is the Marines.
Yes, there's so much you can do to help prevent child abuse Hawaii. There's virtually an event every day almost in April.
There was a fun event. I think this was the 4th annual Parents Inc. had a kickball tournament. They had it, I think, one on the Big Island and one on this island, and so that's kickball tournament, and this one is a bowling, you know, to strike out child abuse, and one is kick out child abuse.
So do you hear from the children? I mean, do the children that you've helped, do they?
Yes, I should have brought some of the thank you cards. We have the most touching cards from, especially from the children who we give the stuffed animals to.
Makes a big difference.
The teachers have them write, or the agencies. We have some from the shelter homes, and there's one story that I always like to relate to about, we used to, we have a nice relationship with Alawai School there down in Waikiki. And one day the principal said, you know, they saw a little boy walking around with a teddy bear all day, and she was saying, why are you walking around with a teddy bear? And those are one of the stuffed animals that we gave them. And he said, my daddy just died. Oh, and then this teddy bear reminds me of my daddy, so I want to carry it all day. So we know that even though it sounds like just a fun event, that teddy bear drive, it has a real meaning to it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And the children, the stuffed animals that we give to the agencies that give it to the children, children really appreciate it. And that's why we're so passionate about that event. It's like, it's fun, but it really, we have such dedicated volunteers that come out that day.
It's something that, you know, when you have an event like that happen in your childhood, you take it with you forever.
I know,
you'll remember forever.
And that's one of the only things where anybody can do something. I guess it's, I see the children, the parents talking to the child, and they'll say, and they barely want to give it up. And then they say, that's going to be for a child who's hurt or something. They'll explain it. And so
what a
they'll
wonderful
give us,
lesson,
and they'll give us a stuffed animal. They kind of don't want, they have a hard time giving it. They want to keep it. But then we give them a gift. We've been giving pinwheels. I'm not sure what we'll do this year. And if they go around to the Family Resource Fair and fill out all the passports saying they went to all the agencies, we've been giving coloring books.
That's terrific.
We've been giving different kind of books. It kind of depends what we purchase or what we get donated that year.
I so want to thank you for joining us today. I mean, I don't think there's a more important issue.
Well, I'm so
facing
glad
us.
that you were the hostess with me so that we could,
It
you
really,
know a lot about
it's a really meaningful subject. I mean, and I'm glad we have a whole month to devote to it. And next week, actually, we're going to have other people on Prevent Child Abuse
good.
Month. So this is a core issue for us. So we're really out there to promote this. I want to thank Aileen Deese.
Thank you, and then they can call our website,
Call,
our
look
phone
at the
number,
website or call and participate. And I'm Maryann Sasaki, and this is Aloha United Way.
Thank you.
Thank you.